So, John Lithgow is apparently playing Dumbledore in HBO's Harry Potter reboot, which is strange because, it's like it says, first American. Um, so, Harry Potter has, throughout the movies, I don't really think there was an American in the movie. Um, but John Lithgow is American, but he can do the accent, I think, because it's like with Dumbledore, he's always, a bit of a, I think he was like a little Scottish or Irish or something. I'm pretty sure they could have him do that. It wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, John Lithgow is a great actor. But John Lithgow confirms he will play Albus Dumbledore in HBO's Harry Potter reboot series. Becomes first American to play a major role in Potter franchise. It's now official. John Lithgow will step into the role of Albus Dumbledore in HBO's highly anticipated Harry Potter TV series. Lithgow, a six-time Emmy winner, confirmed the casting during an interview with Screen Rant's Liam Crowley, making him the first actor officially attached to the project. There's been other names that have been floating around, but nothing really concrete. But his confirmation isn't just another casting announcement, it's a game changer. Lithgow will be the first American to play a major role in the Harry Potter universe, breaking J.K. Rowling's long-standing rule that only British or Irish actors can be cast in the franchise. Well, when you have a great actor who can probably do those sorts of accents, it's really not that big of a deal. The Harry Potter TV series, set to air on HBO and stream on Max, promised a decade-long faithful adaptation of Rowling's beloved novels. Francesca Gardier serving as showrunner, and Mark Mylod directing. The series aims to dive deeper into the books than the films ever did, which, each one's going to be like, each season's going to be like a book. Like the book is going to be one season. So you're going to have like however many episodes, each one probably almost an hour long. So you're going to get so much more, story and details that you weren't in the movies. So they're definitely going to be closer to the books, which is good because the books, the movies left out a lot of characters that were in the books. A lot of good characters. A lot of good characters, a lot of very, very good characters. A lot of well-known, well-loved. Except for Peeves. Peeves is a fucking douchebag. No one likes that dude. Get him out, keep him out. Pottyhead Potter! Peeves, shut the fuck up. Shut up. No one likes you. But yeah, so like each season is going to be basically one of the books, which is great. It's going to give a lot of time for character development, a lot of time to go into more backstory, like a lot of Voldemort stuff. Tom Riddle when he was a kid with his father and his mom, and like more committing the acts that he did, and get to dive deeper into that. So it'll be really, really cool. Because a lot of people were just upset that, you have people like Voldemort and his backstory really wasn't, explained a whole lot. We saw little bits and pieces of like him in the orphanage and, his time at Hogwarts and all that, but not like, so, so it should be cool, hopefully. Filming is expected to begin summer 2025, which is fairly soon. At Warner Brothers Studios, Leavesden in the UK, with a release window targeted for late 2020. That's actually not that bad. Starts filming summer 2025, so late, like holidays 2026, which not too bad. Or early 2027. During his interview, Lithgow revealed that the offer to play Dumbledore came as a surprise while he was at the Sundance Film Festival. The 79-year-old actor just admitted the decision wasn't easy. given the enormous time commitment. Um, well, it came as a total surprise to me. I was just on the phone call up at the Sundance Film Festival for yet another film. And it was not an easy decision, but it's going to define me for the last chapter of my life, I'm afraid. But I'm very excited. Some wonderful people are turning their attention back to Harry Potter. That's why I've been it's been such a hard decision. I'll be around 87 years old at the wrap party, but I said yes. Yeah, that's crazy. Breaking the British casting tradition. Lithgow's casting is significant not just for who he is, but for what it represents. Since the original Harry Potter films, J.K. Rowling has insisted that in all UK casts to maintain the cultural authenticity of the series. The movies famously follow the rules to the letter, with only minor exceptions. Eleanor Columbus, the American daughter of director Chris Columbus, who played Susan Bones in Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, she really didn't. Yeah, exactly. It was like she didn't have any speaking lines. It's like I don't even remember a single line where she spoke. You know, in the first Harry Potter, you hear McGonagall like Susan Bones, you know, and she doesn't have any lines, so you would never know that she wasn't, you know, British or Irish or she was American. Even then, Columbus was given no speaking lines and appeared solely in a background role. Yeah. Now Lithgow becomes the first American actor to portray a major character in the Harry Potter universe. Is no small role. Dumbledore is one of the most iconic figures in the series, previously portrayed by the late Richard Harris and Michael Gambon. It's such a shame that both of them died. Like, seriously, both Dumbledores. That it's just... both esteemed British actors. Lithgow's casting breaks the cardinal rule and signals that HBO's reboot may not be as bound to tradition as fans once thought. What Lithgow as Dumbledore means for the series. With Lithgow now officially on board as Dumbledore, the secrecy around the reboot's casting process is starting to unravel. This announcement could open the door for more unconventional casting choices, a move that could either excite or alienate portions of the fan base. Several casting rumors have already been circulating. Papa Sidhu is reportedly being eyed for Severus Snape. We went over that. Cillian Murphy as Voldemort. Initially rumored to be Voldemort, is now said to be in talks to play Professor Quirrell instead. Other rumored casting include Sharon Horgan or Leslie Manville as Professor McGonagall, and Ted Lasso Brett Goldstein as Hagrid. The search for the main trio, Harry, Ron, Hermione, is still ongoing, with over 32,000 audition tapes submitted from aspiring young actors. Yeah, that's... people want to redo for Percy Jackson. Look how awful that was when Rick Riordan was actually involved. The movies that were made 20 years ago are the best you're going to... Yeah, the movies were pretty good. I mean, they had their problems, obviously, but they were fun. They were fun. The cast was likable enough. But, you know, you had freaking... Was it Pierce Brosnan in the movie? You had Rosario Dawson in the movie. You had what's her face? Oh my god. Kill Bill, Poison Ivy, Uma Thurman playing freaking Medusa. It is so you had a pretty good cast, and it was actually a pretty fun movie. But then apparently people weren't so... I mean, I haven't heard too much about the TV show that came out not too long ago, like last year or whatever. I really haven't heard much about it, but yeah, the original the movies, you know, for Isabella and, you know, Percy and Grover, they were fun. You know, it was fun going around with them. You know, and then you had the second movie and, you know, more characters introduced, and but you know, hang on, when did Percy Jackson been out for like how long ago? It was like 20, was it 20 years? Hang on, I think I said Isabel. I don't know why I was thinking about Isabel. It's Annabeth. Wait, 2010. Yeah, Grover, yeah, Pierce Brosnan, Sean Bean, Zeus. Um, yeah, Rosario Dawson is Persephone, Steve Coogan is Hades, Athena, Poseidon. Yeah, it was a really good cast. Freaking Rosario Dawson is Persephone. Oh my. But Pierce Brosnan, it was really good. And Sean Bean actually didn't die. Like this dude was like meant to die in every role he's in. You know, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, any kind of villain that he plays in a movie. This dude was born to die. But he actually survives, you know, being Zeus. Zeus. But it was a cool movie. But yeah, but Harry Potter, John Lithgow being Dumbledore, it could work. The guy's really great. Um, very unique voice. Uh, you know, and it's definitely going to be a shakeup. I mean, if you remember when we had Richard Harris, you know, and he was like very subtle in his accent. Um, but then you had Michael Gambon come in, and he had much more of an accent. Not to mention, we were for two movies we had Richard Harris, and then for Prisoner of Azkaban, suddenly we have Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. It's like, what happened? It's like Richard Harris died. Richard Harris died, so they had to get someone else to play Dumbledore. But you could tell in the second movie that he was a lot, you know, his voice, you know, was you know, a bit more crackly and raspy and all that. He was sick. But yeah, John Lithgow, great actor. I'm sure he'll do the best he can to kind of live up to what Richard Harris and Michael Gambon have done, along with pretty much any of the other casts. It's like whoever plays Snape, they have some huge shoes to fill. Alan Rickman was Severus Snape. He will always be Severus Snape. So for anyone who plays Snape, they have huge shoes to fill because Alan Rickman was so good at the role because he knew Snape's fate. He knew what was going to happen before anyone else. Because J.K. Rowling was outright like, yeah, I had a clear set path of what I wanted to happen to Snape, and I told Alan Rickman so that way he could focus and, you know, his performance on that, knowing how his character, knowing his story, knowing all of that and how it's going to end up. So that's what made his portrayal of Snape so amazing because he knew what was going to happen. He knew Snape was going to die. He knew Snape's reasons for doing everything he did. You know, sometimes when you're an author, you kind of sometimes think of things, you know, throughout, but then you have someone like Snape where she kind of always knew what his path was going to be. And she's like, yeah, hey, Alan, come here. Come here. I got a little something to tell you. Come here. Snape kills Dumbledore. No. But she let him know, and he just kind of showed the all the hurt and the pain and the betrayal and the love and all that, you know, he had. It's like he loved Harry kind of, but he hated him because, you know, he loved Harry because it was like, you know, he loved Lily, but also hated Harry because it reminded him of James. And you know, this guy comes off as a huge douchebag, but he's actually doing what he can to protect Harry while he's also a double agent, which is not so safe for him. It was his character was amazing, and Alan Rickman was Severus Snape. But yeah. Also Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid, he passed away. So now those are huge. I mean, quite literally huge shoes to fill. Hagrid's like 8 feet tall, so they're gonna be huge shoes to fill. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I can see him with a, you know, I can see it. So pretty good casting choice, I think. But anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.